What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Seven Figure Photographer Live. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day, a great start to Thanksgiving week. And it's just the weather doesn't seem like November, at least not here in Idaho. So hopefully you guys are ready for Turkey Day. If you celebrate, I don't know, does anybody not celebrate Turkey Day? I don't know. Who knows? I'm not sure on all that stuff, but I got an exciting program for you guys today. I hope that it's beneficial. It's kind of along the same lines. I kind of do this every year, but it's a little different approach. Today, I want to talk about the photography business review, and it's not. There's no like specifics to it. It's just really 7 points that are focused on helping you kind of review your business from the past year and look forward to, kind of insights and future strategies for the upcoming year. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we do that, let's jump in to a quick intro. What's up, guys? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam Marvin, and I have been in the photography industry for 25 plus years. While I love being a creative, business is my passion, and elevating the industry of photography is my focus. I created the Seven Figure Photographer to share my journey to seven figures and to help others find their way too. All right, for those of you who are tuning in from either one of the links that were sent out or anything, if you have selected a link and it takes you to something and it says open in app up at the top, make sure to open in the app so that you can actually comment and chat as we're going through this. Today, I'm going to try to shorten this down and make it somewhat short. I have a tendency to be a little bit long-winded, but I do have 7 aspects or 7 points that I want to talk about today, and I'm just going to kind of roll through them relatively quickly for you. So that being said, let me make sure everything's working here. Okay, we're good to go. So like I said, I have 7 things, and the idea behind this is every year about this time, I have a tendency to really kind of start thinking about, okay, what's the last year been? We're kind of out of the busy season. It's still busy because we got to get a bunch of stuff done before Christmas, because if you guys are anything like my business, everybody wants everything by Christmas, even though they ordered it 3 days before. And so we're trying to kind of, I want to be able to woo-saw by Christmas Day and just kind of relax. But Thanksgiving is one of those times where we take a couple of days off, we sit and I kind of ponder and think about a lot of the things that have been throughout the year, the things I've done good, the things I've done bad, the things that I really just like, I can look at it and say, okay, well, this is why this happened and this is why this happened. So what can I do? And you guys know I'm always looking for the bottlenecks. What can I do to make it better? That's really kind of just something that I focus on a lot. And so ultimately, I want to go into next year having a plan in place, goals set, things to do, and I just want to be ready to go. So we're going to talk about 7 different things that I think are vital to kind of reviewing your business and kind of planning forward for the next year. Now, I always talk about kind of the one cornerstone, the one thing that really dials in, like everything kind of hinges on this, and that's the financial performance of your business. Now, if you don't know how to run like a profit and loss or some sort of financial analysis in your revenue, those things, figure out a way. I think there's some free apps out there that'll kind of do this for you. If you have like whatever it is, just look at your sales, your expenses, all those things. If you're doing your taxes, this is a good time to be getting ready for those because it's coming up and it's going to come up really fast. But take a look at those things. I want you to examine or really review, like, what are the things you're spending money on that are completely pointless? We do this all the time, guys. I am the biggest culprit of it. But, purchasing continuity programs, and what I mean by that is subscription programs that are monthly subscriptions, and they're software that we get sold really well, really easy, but then we never use it. Some of those are if you take a time to go through your iPhone or through your subscription services on there, you can look through and see, okay, I'm paying this much for this much for this. I have a tendency to do it typically this time of year, but I want to look through and see, okay, what have I really used? What have I wasted money on? And what can I get rid of for the upcoming year? And those are good things to look at. But then also look at your products that you're selling. What is selling? What's not selling? What can you eliminate or what can you improve on? And why isn't it selling? These are all really good things to understand. And then also, like, what are you selling too much of? Like, are you always selling one thing? That's probably a good indicator that it is actually priced too low, or that you really should raise the price on that because it's something that you sell really well. Expense review, that's kind of what I just went over, but look at your overall expenses. Where are you wasting money? Where are you hemorrhaging money? Where could you save some money? And those are kind of just really the ideas behind the financial performance of your business. Is it beneficial? Like, are you actually making money? If you're not making money, I urge you to do one of three things. Number one, consider, are you kind of just like on the upstart? Like, it does take a little bit of time to get making money. Number two, are you just, do you just have a business because it's fun and exciting and you're really not doing anything with it? You're not committed to it. Guys, consider, like, don't waste your time, effort, and money. Like, if you're not passionate about it, there's one of the most valuable things you could learn in a business is when to get out. And I hate to say that to anybody because I hate for anybody to leave this business, but there is a time when you have to really consider, is it time for me to be done? And then also number three, which was what can I do to better myself and prepare to generate better income next year? And that's going to kind of be in some of the stuff we're going to talk about coming up. So number two, client feedback and relationships. This is a great one to look at. Every year I always look at, like I always say, every year I have one of those people. And what can you do to better that? And that's one of the things that I'm always thinking about is, like, how can I do better with those clients that are challenges? This year, we've been focusing on a lot of new changes for our business just to improve processes and to encourage better customer service, because ultimately I want to make sure that my customers are happy, because happy customers are going to tell the world about you. And so client feedback is important. If you guys don't have some sort of after the shoot survey or after the experience survey or a net promoter score set up, make sure to jump on that and figure it out. Get that information set. It's a net promoter score. If you haven't taken a chance to look it up, or if you've watched one of my videos about it, figure out a way to do it. It's like a 1-question survey that you can send out to all your clients after you've provided them product. And just like look at your Google reviews. That can give you some good input, or just like look at what your customers are saying. If you are one of those photographers that's constantly saying, "Oh, like I hate this type of client. I hate this type of client." Like, I have one friend that is constantly talking about all the crap with clients. And not only does it waste a lot of energy, that photographer is constantly always having problems, but they're not looking at the fact that, okay, this might actually be a you thing. Like, maybe you should better that process. And it's nobody on here that watches this. I promise you that. It's a photographer they're an amazing, amazing business, but they focus too much on that. And it's not somebody that's on here. So don't take that for what it is. But also look at, like, what's your referral process? How are you are your clients talking about you and referring you for other clients? So those are things to consider in that aspect. Number three, and I hope I keep my numbers straight here, marketing and sales strategies. Now, this is one that I'm always working on. You should always be working on it, but marketing and sales kind of go hand in hand, because if you don't have the right marketing, you don't get the business in, you're not going to make any sales. So ultimately, look at the campaigns that you have, assess the performance of those campaigns, one thing that we've done year over year was a model program. That model program has been suffering. So it's one of those things where I've got to make that decision. Okay, do I continue on with my model program? Is it something outside that I can't control, or is it something that I have not moved with the times? I haven't grown and understood like how the times are changing with high school seniors. And so look inside, like before you blame anybody else out there in the world, look inside, look at yourself and determine those things. Look at sales trends. Sales trends are, these are simple. Like, are you getting more seasonal bookings? Are you getting more people that are wanting to do inside shoots? Those kinds of things. And then really figure out a way to maximize your sales based on the things that people want, the things that people need. Don't get so hung up on the world of photography that all preaches, you have to be a purist, you can't sell digitals, whatever. There's literally a business type for everybody out there. And maybe you're the type of business that doesn't sell your images as digitals, and that's awesome. That's great. That's the majority of what I do, but I actually allow my clients to have access to those digitals so that they can share them on social media. So if you're not that way, that's fine, because you're serving a client in a different market than the people I don't even want to say down here, but the people that are in a different area serving a client that doesn't value what we do as much. And so those are things we've talked about. I talked about it last week. You can't preach that value to people. They're just not going to see it unless they start to value it themselves. So, but look at also as far as sales trends, look at opportunities, like things that are changing as far as how sales are done and those kinds of things. Like the world does change. If you look at Google Trends and you type in like senior pictures or wedding pictures or any of that stuff, I know specifically if you type in senior pictures on Google Trends, over the last 10 years, it has been dropping. So that's something to understand. Like, what can you do to adjust and to maximize your potential in that type of thing? So obviously, take a look at the sales and marketing strategies. I think this is one of those just absolutely incredibly beneficial aspects that you really should gleam onto and figure out ways to come up with great marketing campaigns and sales that follow that. So this one is one of my favorites. This is number 4. We're talking about operational efficiencies. Now, this is a great opportunity for me to talk about the BES score. If you guys haven't taken advantage of that, check out, I'm not even sure where to tell you to go to, but send me a message. If you receive this as a text message, reply back to the text message, the letters BES, which is the Business Efficiency Score. And you can get your business efficiency score in 5 minutes. It asks you 28 questions, and you can find out where your business sits. Now, it helps you to identify where are the inefficiencies in your business. What are the things that you really need to fix? And it's a simple questionnaire, and you're not gonna regret figuring out where you're at in your business. But look at the processes and workflows, all those different things in your business. Where are things happening? And when you have a challenge, like a customer that's pissed off, why are they pissed off? And ask the 5 whys. Like, ask why 5 times until you get to the bottom of what it is. Oftentimes, I'm going to be honest with you, it stems from financial. Maybe you're slow at getting the product to people because you're spending all that money and you don't want to order product. I see that a lot in photographers. So those are different things that you can identify just by understanding where are the problems in your business. I struggled super bad for a long time because I didn't like to answer the phone. I didn't like to talk to people. And so I figured out ways to make the communication process with bookings much faster, much better. They didn't have to wait. They don't wait any time to be able to communicate with me. And some of those things are just figuring out, okay, how is this a problem? What is it costing me? And what can I do to fix it? So also, like, what kind of software are you using? What are the issues that it's causing for you? Those different kinds of things. If your software or your CRM doesn't offer good opportunity for automating stuff and being able to make your processes and your workflows go better, Or if you're using too many softwares and you're getting lost in the mix, think about those things. If you want a great one, check out Leads Pro by 7FP. It's our CRM that is absolutely insane, phenomenal, and it has so many incredible automation options in there, but I won't plug it too much more. So next is professional development. This is one that I always preach a ton about. Get your education in. This is the time right now to be planning out what you're doing for education next year, how much you're spending on education. This is one of those investments that you can't really go wrong with. Of course, you don't want to be spending $20,000 in education when you don't even make $20,000 in your business. But those are things to consider. What education are you doing for your business, and what, set that budget first. Like, what's your budget for education for next year? What did you do for education this year? The other thing that I would actually urge you to consider is, what education did you take part in this year that you set goals and focus on, and you didn't actually implement those things? So maybe taking the education that you spent money on last year and actually diving into those things that you wanted to implement and setting a goal or a plan to implement those next year, instead of really diving into education, or maybe even finding a mentor that can help you implement those things, is better than actually spending the money to go and educate yourself on new things. Now, I'm always going to suggest go to conventions, conferences. It always lights a fire under you. It gets you excited. It gets you pumped for what's to come. And so I'm always a pro education, more education, new education. Just do it. Like, it's not something that you're going to waste money on, as long as you are making it beneficial to your business and you're trying to figure out ways to implement. When you do that education, pick something that you can implement heavily for the year. And maybe it's 5 things. Maybe you're like, okay, I'm going to focus on these 5 things this year. One of the things that I just decided this week, I want to make my focus for the next year very heavily focused on content. I want to provide content for 7FP. I want to provide content for my regular community, for my photography business. And I want to create content because I know that that's something that will lead into that marketing and opportunity to just make sure that I'm visible. And so content is one of those things that I want to focus on this year. Automation continues. I'm always, one thing that I try to do is I try to do one thing every day, or automate one thing every day that allows my business to, or allows me to take something off my plate every day. And so maybe that's, setting up automatic emails. Maybe that's setting up, a new automation that automatically sends a client when their video is uploaded to YouTube, those kinds of things. And so consider that, but always look at your professional development, to see what you can do to improve on, with the professional side or the education and that kind of stuff. So I think I'm on to 5. I could be wrong. But the next one is goals and objectives. And I kind of just touched on this. I want you to really go back and look at the goals you set last year or this year. What goals did you set? Did you reach them? Are you close to reaching them? Did you forget about them? Where are you at on those goals and objectives? And really take the time to look at, what are my goals for next year and how can I really be focused on getting those things done. Set monthly and quarterly goals for those goals, or sub goals, I guess you could call it. What would it be called? Milestones. That's what it is. Set milestones for those goals, because if you can hit milestones every quarter, then it's going to drive you towards your goals. If you've ever taken the chance to read, I think it's, is it the 4-hour work? No, not the 4-hour work week. Man, it's one of Mia's favorite books. I love the book. The 12-week year, that's what it's called. And if you haven't taken a chance to read that book, go to the 7-Figure Photographer website, find it on the Business Book of the Month list and order it, because it will help you to see how you can break down your goals into smaller milestones so that you can actually achieve almost 4 times greater the amount of achievement in a year. And it's really just based on, focusing on smaller things as you go. And so it allows you to achieve better. So, and then just future planning, like what I also dive into, like, what are your lead goals? Because if you have lead goals, and like for instance, we do studio tours. Like that's one of my goals. I want to get more leads. I want to get more studio tours. And so those are things that I'm really focused on getting for my business so that they can move forward with that. So next is, we're almost done here, guys. My stuff got stuck here. Let's see here. Let's go back into, my son just walked in and it threw me off for a second. Okay, present here. Okay, goals and objectives. All right, so now it doesn't want to go to my next screen. Okay, that's fine. We will. Oh, that was actually. I guess that was the end of it. That was the last of my focus. So those are the 7 things. I was way off on my numbers, but those are my 7 things. So I'll just real quickly go back through and kind of touch on them. The 7 different things. So your financial performance, look at just the things you're spending money on, the things you've spent money on, what can you do better, what can you cut, client feedback and relationships. Guys, come up with get your question and your survey for the Net Promoter Score, get it implemented, because it's going to hurt. You're going to get things back from people that are going to hurt a little bit, but it's going to help you in your business. And if you haven't taken the chance, go look at it. It's going to help you greatly. Marketing and sales strategies. Remember, focus on campaigns. What campaigns can you run next year? And you can run a different campaign. You can run 4 campaigns at one time. What are those campaigns and how are you going to implement them? And then how can you use it to increase your sales strategies? Operational efficiencies. Again, look at everything you got going on. If you want a really simple way to determine where you're efficient in your business, text BES to 208-328-5263, and it will send you a link to fill out the BES score. And within 5 minutes, you're going to have a score, a breakdown, information. I'll actually evaluate your BES score and send you a video evaluation of it. So it's kind of a no-brainer. It's free. Get it now and find out where you're at in your business and what you can do to improve your business. Professional development, getting that education in there. You just can't go wrong. Read books, go to conventions, take courses, whatever it is. Just, obviously be careful and vet what you're doing. You don't want to just blow money to blow money. And then last but not least are the goals and objectives. I feel like I missed one here. Let me double check, because I feel like I'm missing one of my points here. And how did I... portfolio development. That was one of them that I wanted to touch on. This is a good time to really focus on building up your portfolio. So updating pictures. This is a great time to update stuff in your studio. Really just like if you want to try a new technique, if you want to try some AI with like Evoto or something like that, this is a good time to work on your portfolio stuff and to really kind of like dial in. This is a great opportunity to bring people in to do, like your own personal work. What do they call it? Like your self. I don't know what it's. I can't think of what it's called, but basically just like your own projects, and use those projects to develop new styles that you want to play with, or maybe it's you want to play with lighting, or you want to play with gels, or you want to just play with studio work. Implement those new things, like try them out, use clients to do that, like the clients that you love working with, use them to do that and build some new portfolio for your business. I don't care how long you've been in the industry. This is a great opportunity to do it, or you can do it with educational opportunities. through like the professional development stuff. So that was the one that I missed. I knew I'd missed one. I was like, man, I feel like I'm super close. But yeah, portfolio building. That's a great opportunity, or portfolio development, to really increase that option. Also, editing techniques, all those different things. Maybe it's also just playing around with new workflows and stuff like that for your business. So that's all I got for you guys today. I know I kind of cut this one really short, but I wanted to try to keep it within 30 minutes. Also, I have to take my son to driver's training, and he's going to go scare the world. He's actually doing really well. But I hope that was beneficial to you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment, or if you were in here with us hanging out, just comment right now. Let us know who you are and where you were watching from. We always love to see who's hanging out with us. If you have questions and you got the text message or our email us, let us know. I just gave you the phone number for the BES score, which is 208-328-5263. If you have any questions, text me right there at that number, and we'll do that. And normally we might still do, I just got to figure out how I'm going to do it. We do have our Leads Pro open office here at 1 o'clock, and I will probably be doing it from my car just because I have to take him down there to driver's ed. So we will see you there at 1 o'clock. If you have questions, hit me up, and that's it. Peace out, Girl Scout. What's up, guys? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam Martin. All right, see ya. I'll be back here in a little bit.